Right, for those of you that admittedly fall asleep to my voice, how you can do that, I don't know. Wake up. Yeah, we're going to have an Ogham bedtime story. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, it's the willow. So what does the willow have to tell us? Let's see. Sail. Salu. 55. Funny, isn't it? Bedtime story, Will o' the Wisp. So, the willow. Moon 5. I think that's the 5th moon. Tip of the little finger. Oh, where we had that for ages. Where is it? Tip of the little finger is, Aries. Blimey. The colour, Sodath, whatever that is, fine coloured. The stone is ruby, pearl, or moonstone. So if you know someone in spirit called ruby or pearl, it could be important. The bird is the hawk, and they see your life from start to finish, the bigger picture. The goddess is Hecate, so a bit like the hermit, Circe, Hera, or Minerva. The symbols are feathers, so watch for the white feathers. The planet is the moon, and the metal is silver. The day of the week is Monday. Enchantment symbolises death as changes and bringer of life. Lucky for journeys, so if you're travelling. So it means something is ending and something new is beginning. Flow, hue, the lifeless activity of bees, beginning of honey. So bees and honey. We said about this before, didn't we? Wherever you see that symbol, could be Manchester for some. The willow, wild oat. Willow is sacred to Hecate, Circe, Hera, and Persephone, who are all death aspects of the triple goddess. The words Wicca, witchcraft, and witches all possibly derived from the old word for willow. Druidical sacrifices were also offered in wicker baskets. Willow gave its name to Halcyon, the abode of the 9 muses, who were orgiastic priestesses of the moon goddess. A willow tree grew outside Zeus's Cretan cave when he was born. Now I know if you plant a willow tree near the house, it's unlucky. It is a tree that loves water the most. It is sacred to moon goddess, giver of dew. The bark is good for pain, arthritis, and rheumatics. So either you are in spirit, somebody may have suffered arthritis or rheumatics. It's a tree of enchantment. Willow is the sacred to Minerva, moon goddess. It is the season of Beltane. Beltane, that rings a bell. Can't look at it because it's in my thing. So Beltane, I think, is something to do with us in it, with the soul pole. It's the feminine, the moon, the water, the line, the burial places, as a symbolic association with death, so there may be a funeral taking place. It is used to attract love, magical wands, or moon magic, guards against evil, healing spells, brooms, besom, traditionally bound in willow. The willow is a sign of intuitive imagination. It is the unfolding of our powers, including psychic and intuitive. The willow is a gift of cunning, of the skillful, subtle use of mental powers to have your aims met. So mind games. You are urged to seek out the hidden forces in your life. The challenge of the willow is a tendency to ignore the unconscious hidden aspects of your personality, and you may be ignorant of an important aspect of yourself. Awaken to possibilities and embrace the fertile aspect of your mind. It grows along streams and boggy soil. A hawk on a cliff. For the lunar cycle of Amergen sings, I am a hawk upon a cliff. The hawk is the second of the 4 sacred animals to be mentioned in the recitation. usually Scorpio, but I'm not sure whether it is in the Native American signs. Let's have a look. No, it's Aries. So that's twice they've mentioned Aries. We're faced with a boundary, an edge between light and dark, and it is a cycle that we cross that boundary again, but this time it is different. Instead of a gloomy sea and shore on which it pounds, looking into uncertainty of darkness, we now look at the sunshine, the bright side. So that means we've been through the darkest part and we're coming out the other side. The hawk is the final catalyst in the change from dark to light. It is her decisive, willed action that liberates our growth energy from confinement and allows this action-filled and fertile season of summer to become manifest. So summer, we are feeling, so it'd be the summer solstice then, Beltane, I guess. We are feeling this is our desire for action. We gradually gather ourselves while germinating in the dark. So take the winter to get strong. We have taken in the energies of water, air and fire, and now we are ready to take form, bursting out of our shells, expressing our own will, to manifest what it is we have been storing within ourselves. As the moon waxes, we see the boundary in front of us. We see within our minds that which we are about to manifest. The hawk waits like a beacon, calling us to come forward and fulfill our desires. With the full moon, we are standing at the edge and have come face to face with the hawk of the awakening. Let us identify with her and take on her limitless, boundless energy. Then as the moon wanes, let us follow her on the quest, enjoying the warmth of the summer. So the full moon in Beltane next year, I'll have to look that up. I am a hawk on a cliff, poised before the fray, in the dance of death, dance of life, the hunter and the prey. Flashing, feathered, streaked, wicked beak, swift as the eye can see, straining every nerve, downward swerve in glorious artistry. Bright the open sky in my eye, but blood is on my breath. Thunder shakes the sky as I fly. In all of life is death. On the earth, in the air, through the fire and the water, I am Skill, the willow moon's daughter. And then Chris and Carol could be important. Hecate was originally said to be the daughter of the Titans, so the giants, Perseus and Asteria. At a later time, her parentage was given to Zeus and Hera. The Greeks called her the Hag of the Dead. She was also called the Most Lovely One, which is a title for the moon. Hecate's home is the underworld, but she has power everywhere. She is a goddess of the moon, of the underworld and of magic. Also, she is considered the protectress of flock and of sailors. The owl is their messenger, and the willow her tree. It is said that she rides a chariot pulled by dragons, so Cancer and those born in the year of the dragon. Hecate is also considered the goddess of crossroads. So you've come to the crossroads. Are you going to tread the same path you've always done or take a different one? She belongs to the class of the torch-bearing deities, and she, by popular conception, carries a burning torch to suit the belief that she is nocturnal goddess of the moon, as well as a huntress who knew her way into the realm of spirits. She is depicted wearing a gleaming headdress of stars. All the secret powers of nature are at her command. She has control over birth, life and death. Because of her power in the three areas of nature, heaven and earth, she is presented in a triple form. She is called a triple goddess. She is often depicted as three female figures, as one of the three animal heads, a horse, a dog and a bear, all those in the year. So the bear is Virgo, those born in the year of the horse or the dog, and sometimes of three dogs. All wild animals were sacred to her. She is considered the goddess of the world of the dead, of night, of darkness, the mistress of all witchcraft and the black arts. It's important to remember that before Christianity, the underworld was not the evil place it is considered today, but rather the resting place of our dead. During the Middle Ages, Hecate became known as the Queen of Witches. She was especially diabolized, in other words, meant to be a devil, by the Catholic authorities, who said that the peoples most dangerous to the faith were precisely those whom Hecate supported, the midwives, so somebody may be giving birth. Hecate is looked upon as goddess of fertility, whose torch is carried over freshly sown fields to symbolize the fertilization power of moonlight, so there could be the conception of a child. So if you don't want one, keep your legs crossed. In figurines of Hecate, she takes on the form of a pillar called Hectorian. One statue shows her with 3 heads and 6 arms, bearing 3 torches and 3 sacred emblems, a key, a rope, and a dagger. With the key to the underworld, Hecate unlocks the secrets of the occult mysteries and knowledge of the afterlife. The rope symbolises the umbilical cord of birth and renewal, and the dagger of Athame is a symbol of ritual power. Hecate is the protectress of far-off places, roads and byways. At night, during the dark moon, Hecate can be seen walking the road with her howling dogs and torches. In Greece, statues of her stood at crossroads where the travellers faced 3 choices. Food offerings were called Hecate's supper, were left there late at night on the eve of the full moon. The person leaving the food walked away without looking back, for they were afraid to confront the goddess face to face. This was a way of honouring the threefold goddess, where one could look 3 ways at once. In stories of Hecate, she often accompanied her dog by Hermes and her priestesses, Circe, Medea, who are said to be some historic to be Hecate's daughters. Her dog, who is a sacred animal, was offered to her as a sacrifice. The appearance of a black howling dog at night meant that Hecate was near, and their barking announced her approach, and sometimes people say that happens when someone dies. Hecate and her dogs are said to journey over the graves of the dead to search for souls of the departed, and they carry them to refuge in the underworld. Hecate also enjoys the company of the fairies, as it's said that the fairies hound and punish offenders who broke the taboo of insult, disobedience, or violence to a mother. So anybody doing that right now will be in trouble. Ruby is a stone of passion. Care must be taken when using this crystal because it can bring negativity and anger to the surface. So if you've inherited a ruby ring and it wasn't meant for you, well, betide you. Ruby should be used with knowledge of how to gain from the experience it brings. Allow the anger or negativity to come to the surface, then let it dispel, never to trouble you again. Be purified by the experience and not overwhelmed. So don't let the anger get the better of you. No knee-jerk reactions. Ruby can also amplify positive energies. It is said to boost the positive aspects that you already possess. So use the reserves of positive energies to help you overcome the negative energies that Ruby might allow to surface. Ruby vibrations energize. It is said to stimulate visualizations and motivation. This effect can allow you to be more realistic in your expectations and more honest in your intention. Ruby intensifies the life force energy that we all possess, stimulating the will to live and enhancing your innate survival instincts. They can help to cleanse and stimulate your heart and also help in matters of love. This effect includes the love of oneself. It can help you overcome the fear of rejection, allowing you to pursue love more openly. At the same time, it can help you gain control over amorous desires, tempering them with more realistic expectations. Physically, Ruby is said to alleviate chronic fatigue. It also may help overcome disease caused by environmental toxins. They are said to benefit the heart and circulatory system and help detoxify the blood and body. Moonstone energies are soothing and nurturing. They can help calm and prevent overreactions to personal situations that involve emotions. So, we've already said that twice. Don't overreact. Moonstone energies are feminine in nature and they can help us all become more sensitive and more loving. The subtle energies of Moonstone can help to open and cleanse our heart. So any ailments with the heart, that will help. They are soothing and healing to the mind, emotions and body. Although Moonstone is seen as a feminine influence, it can also help balance aspects of yourself, making Moonstone a good choice for men who could benefit from being more sensitive and better able to express their love. In India, Moonstone is considered sacred. It is said to bring good fortune, but more importantly, it is seen as a tool to promote spiritual enlightenment. Moonstone can help you become more intuitive, and it can also boost your psychic ability. Moonstone has a powerful effect on women's menstrual cycles, so if you're wanting to conceive, a moonstone is what you need. Women are cautioned about wearing or carrying moonstones at times of the full moon or when they are menstruating. Hawk. Hawk is a messenger, so you may be receiving a message attributed with responsibility. He teaches us to observe, receive the signals, and grab the opportunities when they arrive. Hawk brings a connection with a far-reaching memory. Hawk is the ancestor soul, so someone from the past maybe. The sparrowhawk is all about the same size as a kestrel and a similarly long tail, but its wings are rounded, not pointed tips, and are shorter, as if not fully extended. Whether soaring or gliding, sparrowhawks have a characteristic flip-flap gliding action. After the kestrel, they are the second commonest raptor in Britain, occurring largely in areas where there are trees. They are not present on the Hebrides, Orkney or Shetland Isles. Some birds occur on passage and in winter from the continent. So, watch your temper, especially if you're in Aries. Thanks for listening. Bye.